Good morning and Happy New Year from the Guys with Rides Garage. This is episode 1 of 2026, and this week we've been busy with 4 of the 5 project cars. In this video, I'm going to give you an update on all of them and some of the challenges we faced. Stay tuned. Alright, so welcome back to the garage. If you're unfamiliar with this, I'm going to be doing episodes that will drop on Fridays on the 5 project cars we have. It's a little crazy here in the shop today. We need to move all of our equipment from other sections of this building into this area that we're renting to make room for some other tenants. So if you're not familiar with the channel, we have 5 project cars here at the Guys with Rides Garage. First is Project Black Beauty, a 1963 Imperial Crown Convertible, one of 413 produced. It's a California black plate car. The next is Project Big Red. That is our 1960 Lincoln Continental Mark IV convertible. The third car is Project Some Assembly Required, our 1973 Triumph TR6. Our fourth is Project Quick Flip, a 36,000 mile 1989 Porsche 944 Turbo. Finally, our little 1959 Nash Metropolitan convertible. So this is Project Black Beauty. And if you've been following the channel at all, you'll notice one big change, and that is the white convertible top is now on. And that's what you see here. Local upholsterer did a nice job with the top I bought, and it's looking good. And you can see we're moving from the original video. The arc that was happening here along this section is much better. My teammates Joe and Bobby have been doing a nice job trying to level this out. The header was a little off, so you got a little bit more alignment work. And then convertible top installer did not do the weather strip, so that'll be an upcoming project. But clearly I love it. The white top, burgundy interior, and the black really sets the car off. And we just need to do some alignment issues with the windows and the weather strip to make this look a little bit cleaner. That's the biggest news this week with this car. The upholsterer, what he's going to do is he's agreed to make a new boot for the car to match the rest of the interior that I re-dyed. And that's back in November. I'll show that when we have it. All right, next up is Project Some Assembly Required, the Triumph TR6. And we decided to pull the engine. Bobby and Joe did a nice job pulling the engine, and we're going to get ready to detail that. It's just easier to work with the engine out. They confirmed the clutch is good. In earlier videos, you saw that I did the transmission tunnel. However, upon further review, when they pulled the transmission tunnel cover out, it's clear that it's just not going to hold up. So I went ahead and ordered a new 2-piece fiberglass one. The original one is made out of pressboard. It's inexplicable that a British company would use pressboard for a transmission tunnel that likely gets exposed to water if you drive the car in the rain, but I digress. Just before Joe and Bobby took out the engine, Joe removed the carburetors. There's a gentleman in Louisiana on the Triumph TR6 form that's highly recommended for rebuilding the carburetors on the car. Very reasonable price. So when I reached out to him in November, he said, get back to me in January and I'll give you a date. And so he was good on his word, said ship them out on January 22nd. And I like that. It's not ship it and wait. He relies on Windows so that he only has a few number of carburetors in his shop at any given time. So those are going out on the 22nd. I expect them to be back sometime in February. Project Big Red. And it just gets more gorgeous every time I look at it. New paint that was finished the end of December. Just before the holidays, we found the 2 missing pieces we needed for trim. That was the rear key cover. Virtually on titanium now. Found one for our 59. I'll come back to that in a minute. And the rear, driver's side rear quarter panel stainless trim. In the last episode, I mentioned that NEL Metal Restorations did a phenomenal job on the chrome, to the point that the stuff we had him do looks so much better than the stuff we thought looked pretty good that we ended up taking the balance of the stuff over to him, and he's currently working on it. Joe and Bobby did a rig check. Bumper on. It's got their nacelles on the front quarter panel done. So we're waiting on all of the rear chrome. And unfortunately, that piece I mentioned, when they dip that in the tank, it's got pitting in it, and it's not exactly the right part for the car. So what NEL Restorations is going to do, they're going to remove all of the labeling, because this is not a posi traction car. And that, on posi traction cars of 59 and 60, they identified that with the trim plate over the key. So he's going to fill that in and smooth it over. It'll be a nice, mild custom touch. Nobody but the most ardent Lincoln fan will know, and it fills in the missing trim piece. That's the most important thing of all. So I'm hoping that Marty will have those parts done here in the next week or so, and we can continue working on this. Other job that both Joe and Bobby finished was getting the front shocks connected. He had the engine out the better part of last year, as he detailed that. You cannot buy shocks for this car, exact model, anymore. There is a company that I bought shocks. They convert modern tube shocks to the right length for this. Even then, had to get it up on the rack. They had to put a stand underneath the tire to compress the spring now that the engine's back in it. And they were able to work the shocks into place. And it made them tough to see, but the car sits like it should now. It's very level. And so that was a better part of a day for them. In my hand is $500 that most classic car auction sites wouldn't even think about spending on your collector car. Bring a trailer and all the rest, charge you a Benjamin just to list your car. We flip that. This goes into professional photography, video, and a pre-purchase inspection first. All you pay up front is this. No dealers, only vetted private sellers and buyers. We reject over half the submissions we receive. Think your ride makes the cut? Guyswithrides.com, where we invest first. Up is Project Quick Clip. Good news, bad news situation here. I replaced the water pump, the timing belt, and the balance shaft belt. Put everything back together. However, I screwed up. I put coolant into the top of the intercooler. Dumb mistake. Spent the better part of a day earlier this week cleaning out all of the components that shouldn't have coolant in it. Car runs, however, it's getting a misfire on cylinder 1. And replace the plugs and the wires and the distributor cap. However, the distributor cap we received is a Barrow unit, and we think it's cracked. So I've ordered a correct Bosch unit, and we're going to try to, hopefully that'll alleviate it, and we'll be back in business on the car. Other thing I should mention is all of the radiator hoses that were leaking, those came in just before the holidays, and I put all of those on. And we seem to be in good shape as far as coolant leaks being resolved. Again, 36,000 mile car with 40-year-old hoses. The minute you touch them, they're going to start leaking. And this car was no exception. Next week, be taking the wheels off and having them refinished to their factory finish. And I'll be ordering a set of the correct Pirelli P7 tires that originally came on this car. Main reason we couldn't do that was we didn't have keys to the factory wheel locks. I was holding off on that. The person we bought it from finally found those, sent those to me just before the holidays. So I really didn't want to have to saw off the factory wheel locks. So it's nice touch that we could keep those on as well. Early part of the following week, we'll have the tires back and we can take this for a ride. So that's the latest and greatest. We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching this video. Please press the like and subscribe button, comment below, and be sure to check out our other videos on this subject, as well as all the great content on our YouTube channel. If you have any questions, you can call me at the number listed below, or be sure to check out our main website, guyswithrides.com.